This video is a recording of my latest book, When I Think of You. This is a book about people. None are mentioned by name. You may or may not find yourself in here. If you do, I hope you like what you hear, and if not, I apologize. But I wanted to record this video and present this book because I think it explores the many just interesting and wonderful ways that our lives intersect. So without further ado, here's the book. God is going to use you to do something great someday. Do you remember the August night when you said that to me? It changed my life. I believed it. In the years that followed, when I was hungry, when I was homeless, when everything I tried failed, when I wanted to give up, I couldn't, because those words echoed in my mind. You saved my life. Without knowing it, you saved my life. Later, you died in your sleep with a smile on your face. I miss you. You played ping pong with me when I was a teen. Years later, I read about you in a book. I had no idea you were famous. Wow. You were a good man. I knew that before the funeral. But wow, it all came into focus for me. What you had was so much more valuable than everything I was chasing. I'm glad I found you years later so I could tell you how grateful I am. Yeah, without you, would I even be here? I saved your life. Wow, when I was young, I so much admired you. You were one of my heroes. And I saved your life. Wow. Thank you for bringing me back. I was searching a long time for the Jesus I lost. I found him inside you. Thank you for inviting me into your world. You didn't need to. You were a celebrity and I was a nobody. But you did. And my life is richer as a result. Thank you. It is an honor to know you and to know your family. When rifles were pointed at you and ropes bound you, you kept on loving. When you were set free, you returned to free those who captured you. Whoa! You will be among those who will be honored in heaven, and I will be cheering for you. Do you know that I drove around looking for you? Somehow I knew. I knew you were gone even before the phone call came. For months afterwards, I would see your face in a crowd or in a passing car, only to be replaced with the face of a stranger. You were our one. I was Frodo. You were a messenger of God, but I hope somehow I gave you something to nourish you on your journey into eternity. I prayed for you as I was driving by. You didn't know it, and you don't yet know me. But I prayed for you, because this world can be a scary place, and I figured you needed a friend in heaven. Someday I expect we'll know what happened as a result of that prayer. For many years I thought about you. We never met. I only saw you from a distance. My wife thought I had a crush on you, but I didn't exactly. There you were, high on a hill, beyond my reach, a dream. You were just a girl, swinging on a swing, and I was just a boy, watching from a distance. Remember that day I stopped and talked with you? You were there on the median, kneeling in the grass, staring at the ground. You looked so sad, and I felt so bad I didn't have any money. But you talked with me anyway. I pretended to myself that I was doing a kindness to you by talking to you. But when you reached out and touched my arm and thanked me before I drove away, I knew I had it all wrong. You were healing me, dear sister. You were healing me. I know you think I'm melodramatic, and you're right, I am. What would I do without you? Shall I say I have gone at dusk through narrow streets and watched the smoke that rises from the pipes of lonely men in shirt sleeves leaning out of windows? Yeah, you saved me from that, didn't you? You always said I was a medical miracle. I never quite knew what that meant, but I liked it. The Bible says that he who finds a wife receives a gift from God. I found someone who knew how to listen, how to include, how to welcome people in, how to see and believe the best in everyone. I found someone who believed in me, even when I did not. I found someone who never once scolded me for my failures. You were kind to me, even when I wasn't kind to you. You're a better person than I am. You have been the best gift of all. I want you to know that I am enjoying my stay here on planet Earth. A lot. I enjoyed carrying you around when you were babies and singing, "God rest you merry gentlemen," even though Mom said I didn't know the words. I liked reading One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, because from there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. You believed it, and so did I. God could have given me conventional children. I am so glad he did not. I like telling you, in my deepest Darth Vader voice, I am your father. I held your hand as we walked across the parking lot. I danced around the kitchen with you. I was there the day they wheeled you away, your trusting eyes looking back at me. I wanted to explain, but I could not. And even now, I'm not sure I understand. Your name was given to me before you were born. There is a famous story about Robert the Bruce and the spider. Remember what God said to Jacob? Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with man, and have prevailed. Please know it has been a great honor and a great privilege for me to be your dad. Wow, that God would entrust you to me. I have tried in my own clumsy way to be a good father to you, and I will leave with you the task of leading a new generation safely home. I always imagine there will be a bench in heaven on a bluff high above the shoreline, and there you and I will sit, and there I will hear for the first time the story of your life. I often think about that conversation with you, and sometimes, I don't know why, it makes me cry. I love life. I am so deeply grateful that I get to be. You held me when I was a newborn. Now, in so many ways, I hold you. Years ago, you had to release me. Soon, I must release you, so you can be young again forever. I will miss you, but I want you to know how grateful I am for the gift of life you have given me. You have been good and kind to me. I hope I will always be good and kind to you. Thank you. Most of what I am, I owe to you. Remember the day you came to visit me? Mom was having surgery. Cancer. The big C had invaded our family. You stood there and asked me to do something you had never asked me to do before. You asked me to pray with you. Okay. We sat down. We folded our hands, bowed our heads, and I began to speak, choosing my prayer words with care. I concluded with my amen and paused to see if you cared to say anything. God, please, you started, and then you broke down and wept. I was stunned. I was making words. You brought God into the room. I never got to tell you, I'm really, really glad that I'm your son. I was 16 before I even knew you existed. It seems strange to me that we share the same DNA, yet we live in two different universes. I'm glad I've gotten to know you. I hope you have a good life. I do pray for you as I pray for all my brothers and sisters that God would meet with you. I believe this. When God walks in the room, everything changes. I want that for you, just as I want that for me and for all people. I heard the news, and I am sorry. You are in my prayers. When there are so many years, there are so many layers. But I think my favorite layer is the time you and I fell off the couch laughing. I still smile when I think of it. We had our own special bond, didn't we? You were kind to me when I was a child, and after your strokes, when you spoke to no one, you came out of your dream world to speak only to me. I keep inviting people over to your place in heaven for a little lunch. You always were like one of the angels. Remember that poster I used to have, the picture of the penguin with the caption, "I cried because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no class"? You and I used to laugh about that, didn't we? I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Please know your many acts of service and your many kindnesses have not gone unnoticed or unappreciated. Thank you for being you. I smile when I think of you. I'm glad you found happiness. I think I hurt you. I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. My actions are meant to help you. But sometimes in a broken world we send messages we don't mean to send. I am sorry. Everyone speaks a different language, and it takes an entire lifetime to learn that language. I'm trying to speak your language, but sometimes I don't know how. Some days it seems like I can't say 5 words without saying something stupid. Charlie Brown used to wear a bag over his head. I get that. Sometimes I feel that way. I don't mean to offend. I want to be kind and courageous, speaking the truth in love. I want to find the you loved by God and speak words of help and healing and hope. I have said and done so many idiotic things in my life, and yeah, I cringe when I think about them. Have I hurt you? Please know that I am sorry. I've tried to repair the damage. but all I have is your silence. I try to understand the new you, but it goes past me. It's out of my reach. I ask God about you, and all I get back is this: God is smarter than I am. So I hand you over to Him. I don't know what else to do. I pray for you and your family. I hope my prayers find their way through. You kicked me out. So as Wesley says in Princess Bride, that does put a damper on our relationship. My question to you is this: where do we go from here? How do we mend the breach? How do we become friends? We forgive because we are taking back the power to be okay. We no longer need the person who hurt us to make us okay. It seems strange to me. You and I were in the spotlight. We stood before thousands. And then we faded into obscurity. I hope you've had a good life. I know some of it has been hard, and I'm sorry for that. But I hope you are well and whole inside. Please know how grateful I am for all the help you've given me. You are an example to me and to the world. I love how you embrace life, adventure, possibilities. Almost every week I learn something new from you. It is an honor to be your friend. God spoke to me and told me to intervene in your life. I didn't. At the time, I didn't realize what was at stake. I told myself I was too busy. I am so very sorry. Maybe I could have saved you. I hope you hear His call and find your way back. I hope that is possible. You are way more practical than I, wise in the ways of this world. I must seem very strange to you, but I like you, and I am trying to learn from you. You are a light in a very dark place. I wish I could rescue you and keep you safe, but God, it appears, has a higher plan for you. I miss you. I hope you found your way home. You didn't live a perfect life, but then who among us does? I always liked you. I want to hear your stories again someday. I hope you found your way home. I'm glad we were able to bridge the gulf between us. The bond we share feels fragile to me, but I hope it holds. I'm so afraid of disappointing you. You lifted the curtain to let me see some of your struggles. How can I best honor that trust? Okay, even though I appreciate a certain amount of eccentricity, you have certainly pushed the boundaries with me. In the background, I can hear God laughing. I wish I knew the real you. I expected too much of you. In the process, we both got hurt. I'm sorry, you're sorry, and now we've settled into a geostationary orbit around each other. Be well, be blessed, and know that I am grateful. We disagree. I don't think you know that, but I do respect you. If we had a conversation, a real conversation, where we both were free to fully explain our views, would our perspectives change? Would we understand each other better and grow closer? Or would a conversation like that damage our friendship? I don't know. I hesitate because I don't know. I feel like you never really got the recognition you deserved, but I want you to know the kindness you showed me will never be forgotten. You are no accident. You have been in God's heart and in His plan from eternity past. God is at work in you. All the broken places in our lives are simply opportunities for God to show His great love and transforming power. God never fails. He is smarter than our enemy, stronger than our addictions. God likes you. He likes hanging out with you. You are deeply treasured. No one can take your place in God's heart. The fingerprints of God are on you. God will satisfy your desires with good things. You were created to live forever, designed to make a difference, engineered for excellence. God is with you. You have what it takes. You are here for a purpose. You carried Jesus into our broken world. You are the answer to someone's prayer. You are the friend that someone longs for. You are the difference your world needs. When you took the hand of Jesus, you entered into life. You became indestructible, undefeatable, incorruptible. All the powers of hell might line up to take you down, but Jesus pushes those bullies up against the lockers, and you walk by unharmed. You are a royal son, a royal daughter of God. Thank you for being my friend. I leave this with you. Look up to heaven often as I have, with gratitude in your heart for the gift of life. Push through the crowd to touch the hem of Jesus' garment. Climb a sycamore tree so you can see him. Call even louder, Son of David, have mercy on me. Do what you need to do, but find Jesus and never let him go. I have lived a short life. The best thing that ever happened to me is you. You too will live a short life, for all lives here are short. Do not disappoint me. Be found among the living. Be found on the other side. Let me take you into my arms once again. Take the hand that Jesus offers, and I myself will greet you on the other side. Be there, my friends, my loved ones. Do not disappoint me. Be there. What is my reward in heaven? What do I hope for? What will I celebrate? Don't you know? The answer is you. You are my reward.